Hey, this is Nicole Springer, and you are listening to the Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers nonstop. Never know what new kind of guests that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Nicole Springer. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Shane. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, this is very exciting. And we, I don't know, I've kind of known of you for a while. I guess I think it was Lacey Williams that introduced us. Is that right?
I think so. I think we might have had a couple of connections actually, because the world is small. But
Right.
but yeah, Lacey. I love Lacey. Yeah, she definitely brought us together. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Mike Harper played with you for a while. And he's a buddy from high school. So I thought that was another small town, small world connection kind of thing. So
It definitely is, man. Yes, that was a connection too. Yeah, pre-pandemic, I had Mike in the band, and that was great. And so we have a couple connections now.
Yeah. And another fun one. Just this morning I stopped at there's a local farmer market kind of thing up the street, and Samantha Clemens was up there playing, and I know you guys are friendly from Kansas City also.
Yeah. Love Sam. Oh, she's one of a kind. And It's just a cool person on top of a great musician. So that's awesome. Tell her hi if you see her again for me.
Yeah, we'll do. But so anyway, like I said, I know we knew a lot of the same people and things, and but this is our first time really getting to hang out and talk. And I thought this would be a lot of fun, being that you have a brand new EP, Chase the Light, available now. And it's kind of feel like it's long overdue, but I'm glad we're here today, getting to hang out.
The universe made it happen.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. So today's the perfect day. So Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk to you.
Well, tell me a little bit more of your story. I know you're currently living in the Kansas City area, right?
I am in Kansas City. And my story is, I've been singing since I was 4 years old. But my life got sidetracked at 19, and I didn't get to pursue college and music and all the things I wanted to. So kind of later in my career, I had some bands in Kansas City, and ended up taking a short hiatus from music. I thought I was quitting music. It was just a lot to do when you're working, full-time job, part-time job, trying to get by. And I met my wife, which allowed me the space to really pursue music. So right after the pandemic, it finally worked out that I could do music full time. And so I'm a full-time singer, songwriter, and cover musician in Kansas City, and trying to take that show outside of KC and beyond, have some big plans down the road. And, but my album's all about my mental health journey, getting here in the first place. And I'm just so happy it's out there, and I hope it might lift some people up along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was, I watched a video online. It was on your website also, a little profile, singer-songwriter profile and stuff. And it was really interesting to hear some of your story and through that. And, talking about mental health, I feel like that's a big one, especially like you mentioned, writing a lot of kind of sadder songs, and not really kind of writing these happier songs until you got yourself in the right space to write, where you could be happier. And I thought that really kind of resonated. I've kind of gone through my own journey recently. Just my mother was diagnosed with brain cancer in June of 19 and passed in December of 19, and then right into the pandemic. So I was like, my mental health was not great for quite a while, and I'm finally getting myself in a much better place myself. So anyway, a lot of that your story resonated big time for me. So.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm so sorry for everything that you've experienced, and send my love about your mom. That's tough, but wow. I mean, to get to here today, here you are, and, doing what you love and lifting up musicians, and what a way to honor your mom, and to put your mental health first too.
Sure.
So I mean, I think when I was writing before, I didn't think I could write a happy song. Like, I just didn't. Everything was sad. Even the song that sounded happy, and people were like, that's a real fun song. And I'm like, that's a sad song, dude. Do you hear it? But that's how I disguised it, because I didn't want to be a depressing musician. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with writing just true songs that are sad. But like, when you're always sad, probably, you're probably not in a good mental health state. So it wasn't until I started to put myself first and really start to try to care about myself like I would a friend, and to just consider that I deserved better than the way I treated myself. Did my song start to resonate, but bring in some hope into the fold. And most of the songs on my album are songs that I wasn't, Breakup Museum is all about like empowerment. But guess what? I wasn't feeling like that when I wrote the song.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a song that resembled the person I want to be. And I've gotten there because I wrote the song, and it pushed me there. So music's powerful. So thank you for lifting it up.
Yeah.
We need it.
Well, let's talk a little more about Breakup Museum. This is the one you just released as a single, and now available wherever you get your digital music at. And you have physical copies at shows, right? And everything, right?
I do at shows, and I'm working on getting my state tax ID. So my wife's going to set up a store for me, so we'll be able to ship them anywhere in the world, I think. Nice. I don't know how shipping is, but I'll figure it out, right? So it's, I lost track. What was the original question?
Well, about Breakup Museum. I mean,
yes.
You talked a little bit about that story, but is there anything else you want to add, even recording or the music video? And
oh, for sure. Yeah. So the song, so I have a songwriting partner and a dear friend. He's my mentor, actually. He found me at a shopping center show here in Kansas City. He left his business card in my tip jar, and I was like, oh, somebody wants to write with me. Okay, cool. I didn't think anything of it. And we did a Zoom meeting and everything else. And turns out this guy is, he's works with several publishers in Nashville and other cities, LA, and I believe as well. He's cut tracks with Garth Brooks. And I just kind of figured this out as we started to write together. And you want to talk about imposter syndrome, I really had to battle feeling worthy to write with somebody like that. But he believed in me. And Breakup Museum is a song we wrote together, and he really helped me pull out my story to be vulnerable when I wasn't actually ready to be vulnerable. It's nice to have somebody to bounce that off of, and it turned into that song. And just as vocally, it's a different version of me. It's just a grown-up, settled person singing that song, and the rest of the tracks too. So, my band and I also filmed a live music video performance. There's something about my live performance that I think that's really resonating in Kansas City. And you have to share that. You have to show that. You need video, you need content. So I produced this whole video and coordinated the audio engineer and the videographer and the band, and found a location, and voila. Now it's out in the world, and I'm really proud of it. And the guys like it better than the album track, because it's just that live energy is just, it's special. So yeah.
If you want to really get to know me, take a look into my past.
Yeah, it kind of comes up quite a bit on this show, just like talking about that, how, some obviously album recordings are great and studios and stuff. It's a lot of fun to have all those, but sometimes it's just really hard to capture whatever is created live, like at these shows. Like, and that's, you talk about and especially in like the kind of jam community where you got your Grateful Dead and your whatever, or a Dave Matthews or any, these people that like, there's groups of fans that follow them like city to city and watch the same, band over and over, but there's something, that they really resonate to, that catching whatever special about that particular night, watching this band play live and stuff. And, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I mean, that's why I continue to go to every show I can and, go out to live concerts all the time. And because I love that, what is created there at the show.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty special relationship, dynamic of loving a band so much. You want to see them live over and over again. And
Right.
it's been pretty fun. So here in Kansas City, I do cover shows, right? I cover 250 plus songs, but it's not just a straight up cover. Like they're all very much my version, and no matter the genre, they all really tie together. And I've just seen, I have people that come to every show now.
Yeah.
Like I've been afraid of like my album release show. I'm like, are people going to come out? It's 50 degrees freezing at 9 o'clock, and it was packed, and it was 3 times the attendance of the night before. So you know what I mean? Like it matters, your live set, your energy, like give your heart to that, because people want to hear real live heartfelt music.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's cool that the community is supporting you like that and coming out to the show. And yeah.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing because, much like you, before the pandemic in 2019, I cut ties with, my mom, and for good. And after a very long struggle and just heartbreaking relationship my whole life, so it was a lot to bounce back from, like I didn't know how to face everything. And it took music being the tool to kind of get me there today, to where I can put my heart on the line with music. It doesn't feel like a risk or a gamble. It feels like what I was born to do now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just feel really blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry to hear that about your relationship with your mother. Unfortunately, I also connect there because I don't know really what happened, but me and my dad don't talk anymore, and it's tough. It's like so yeah, it's really I don't know. It was something that wore on me for a long time, but then it kind of got to the point where it's like I need to just, for my own, journey, I need to just sever ties and do my own thing.
Yeah. Good for you.
Got to that point. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that I have the same exact situation. And I also had to kind of just accept like the reality of it. Like you can't force relationships and you can't make people be who they aren't. So like, you can only control your life and your own mental health. So you've got to keep moving forward. And that means leaving people behind or just taking different paths. And so good for you. That's hard to do. It's very hard to do.
Yeah. It was really, it was really tough, but I think it was, got to, just, you get frustrated and the pain that comes with everything. And like you're saying, you're never going to change people. So it's, got to that point, but yeah. So I don't know. I feel, songwriting has always been like something I really love. Like I just a super fan. And I don't know. I've always wanted to like get into, writing. Like I just challenge myself to start applying myself. It's never something I've never really tried to do. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of, just like yourself and like a lot of writers, like you're putting your stories and your heart into these songs and sharing your story in that way. And I would, I think it might be good for me to do that exercise, like to try to put some of that out there and share some of this.
Yeah, I would encourage anyone, a big thing that I tell people at my shows is I tell them to sing.
Yeah.
Singing to me, writing is incredibly therapeutic, but singing has always been, since I was a very young girl, has been the key to my peace. Any peace that I've had, even on the darkest days, has been from just being able to sing and express some part of that out. Right.
Yeah.
So songwriting, singing, music in general, like wherever music takes me in life, I hope that I can bring back to at least the Kansas City community, some sort of nonprofit or something involving music and offering that as a mental health option for people and encouraging that, and maybe an instrument, donation. Like I just believe in it that much. So please try it. There's no wrong way to write.
Yeah.
Or sing or do any of it.
All right.
If it's for yourself, it doesn't matter.
But do you, what's the earliest memory you recall singing? Like, what was there a certain song that really kind of hit you that you remember singing?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was born on Whiteman Air Force Base, and that's in Knob Noster, Missouri. And so when I was 4 years old, I guess my parents realized I could sing as a little kid, because they put me in a Little Miss Whiteman pageant. And so 4 years old, I went up on the stage in my little pink polka dot dress, and I sang Tomorrow from Annie, complete a cappella. And it was completely in tune from start to finish. And I won. 4 years old. And from there, that was just the start of a lifelong love. And like I said, a peace, like to have a passion like I have for singing. I know it's a blessing, because it has saved me. It literally has saved my life. So, wow. So to have been able to find that so young has been it's been nice to have that kind of constant in my life. I've lost my family. I've lost security. I've lost, my college life. I've lost a lot of things like that, but music, I can't take that from me. Nope.
do you get young girls like coming to your shows now and stuff, to getting to share that with them? Like, because I feel like that's got to be like, I mean, I've seen it, as a fan. I've never been that on the receiving end of any of that, but like I see some of these kids come out to the shows and like, looking up and seeing these people on the stage and they consider rock stars, and like, it's just a cool moment where you think about when it all comes full circle, where you can maybe inspire them to want to chase that dream and want to do it. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of my hopes in all of this is to inspire other people, because I was inspired. Janis Joplin has inspired me in such a huge way. I can't forget it. It was seared in my head, and I hope to, by being passionate and vulnerable in my music, there's always kids dancing and watching, and I've had kids request, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. So kids are they're incredibly smart, and they know heartfelt, they know real. You know what I mean? They can tell that, they can tell passion, and that can inspire a kid's entire life. So like, that's awesome. And, I'm a big sister. I'm in the Big Brother, Big Sister program in Kansas City. And so I've shared my music with her, and she's done music classes and stuff. So, yes, that's the dream. I've got nieces that I sung at their school with them. We did a talent show, original song together, so pass it on, pay it forward.
Yeah.
Pay it forward. The future needs music.
I think that's really fun too. It's one of my favorite things. Like when you see, I don't know where it gets lost. At some point we kind of, all kind of grow up, I guess, but where people forget they can have fun. It's like, and you see like young little ones, they're up there dancing and they don't care who's watching. They just having the music moves them. They want to have fun and dance around to it. And I feel like at some point we all like kind of just quit dancing, like and then or we kind of like embarrassed what people are going to think about it when we dance. And I don't know. Yeah,
that's too bad. And that's why I love what I get to do. I love I got an opportunity to get that little glimmer of hope in people's eyes. They hear a song that they haven't heard since I had a guy that came up to me after a show, and he was like, "You almost made me cry." I played Nirvana, and he was like, that took me back to my high school dance and one of the best nights of my life. And I haven't thought about that in so long. And I was like, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Reminding people of who they are and the best times of their life, and inspire them to move and dance and sing along. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is one of one of my favorite things in music where you can almost time travel. It's like these songs will take you right back. I mean, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but they'll take you right back to where you were when you heard it, or you think about those friends that you were with in your car driving around, or something, whatever, and that's was a powerful thing for sure. It's that the triggers all
time
machine. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a whole like list of songs that I think about, like, especially I feel like that's a big moment. 16 when you first get your, you get a car and your license, and you're kind of, you get to control the radio now in the car, kind of that whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like in the stuff that you're listening to, and so I have like a whole soundtrack of that generation of my life and stuff, listening to those songs, and
yeah, that's what's so fun. And I love, like, I just feel so grateful. Like, I love my original music, obviously, like that's what I really want to do, but doing cover music and getting to put a unique spin on everything and kind of sing it as myself, and to have it just be so well received is like, it's awesome, because it takes me back too. It's nostalgic for me. It's heartwarming. It's just, music is so cool.
Sure. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Will you let's talk about another song from Catch the Light, Chase the Light.
Catch it if you need to. Sure. We're trying to catch it. That's how we're chasing it. It's the next album.
But there's a song on there, Good Time, that you released as a single.
Drowning in what's yet to come. You're still treading water, and there's air in your lungs. You got time. Rest easy, you're gonna be fine. You know where you came from, the storm you lived through. Just loosen your grip on the past. It's nowhere near you. Yes, you've got time. You can leave it all behind. Let it wash away like a passing wave. It will carry you to a better day. When that warm sun is gonna shine, you're gonna find you a good time. It's so good, it's a good time. So keep on steady and stay on your path. The rush that you're riding is the future you have. Yes, this is your time. Well, some days take more grace, you'll be fine. Let it wash away like a passing wave. Oh, it will carry you to a better day. Oh, when that warm sun is gonna shine, you're gonna find you a good time. It's so good, it's a good
I really dig. It's a great recording on the new EP, and you do a lot. Like there's a lot of different vocal tricks that you do. So it was like it's fun to hear the different runs and different like. So it's really impressive, like to hear what your voice can do on that song. So I don't know, and it's kind of like there's elements like almost like kind of and it's throughout the EP. There's things that kind of remind me like kind of almost a little more bluesier kind of inflections and kind of things to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went into the studio for this album just bound and determined to give my best vocal performance I've ever given. Like I was like, nothing less will be good enough. And because this is what I'm trying to catapult right now and take my career and my music somewhere big. So that means a lot. It's great feedback. Yeah. I'm people always ask me my genre, like, well, what category should I put this in? I'm like, well, why do you need to put it in anything?
Yeah.
Can you just enjoy it? Can you just listen to a song?
Tunes, yeah.
Right? I don't know. But I think, there's definitely, if I had to tell you like songs that influenced Good Time, like Motown is, I love Motown.
Yeah.
And so like one of my favorite songs of all time is You Really Got a Hold on Me by Smokey Robinson. So that to me is kind of the reference point of just like a vibe. And my band these guys are so talented. They've been playing to my sound and my direction. And it's just been really nice to see these new songs come to fruition with a band that, just to have a band again. I didn't think I'd have a band after the pandemic. The band I had broken up. All our gigs were canceled. It happened to everybody. And I was like, nope, no bands again. My mental health was terrible. I was like, I can't coordinate anything. I can show up to a show and sing. That's it. But within, 6 months, I got asked to open for Melissa Etheridge, which I'm wearing the shirt right now. And so I had to start a new band to play that show. And so it was against what I wanted to do, but it ended up being a real blessing. And I got a second chance to do it. And, the universe made it work out really well. And, anyways, Good Time is a very important song to me. I wrote that literally in the midst of a full-on panic attack. It's just like in the shower, just like had a moment in that where it stopped and a melody came to my mind, and I jumped out to the piano and pounded it out, found the chords, and then the song just kind of came out from there. I really needed help, and that was my way of helping myself. I didn't realize at the time, but that was the only way I could help myself. I was such an enemy to myself, such an enemy within me is still hiding in places. I'm still healing, but wow, music really did help me out there.
Yeah, very cool. Great song. And you can again find the EP now streaming everywhere. And
yes.
Tell me about that night with Melissa. I imagine like that was probably a pretty surreal moment. Did you get to meet her and get to hang out at all, or? No,
she's a very, very, she's in her bus. We were right by her bus.
Yeah.
She really didn't emerge. And I understand because that place was packed with her fan base.
Well,
it was
still right after the pandemic or, during the pandemic and stuff. And
and it's Leavenworth. She's from Leavenworth. So it's like, it was beautiful because I don't know if you know this, but in 2020, about a year prior to being asked to open for her, I was selected in the top 10 to perform on her cruise. I submitted to a contest and hundreds of people did around the world. And she picked me as a top 10. So to have it come back a year around and then, so then I got asked a year later, almost to today. It was crazy. I'd just been talking to some musicians, asked if they'd join me to make a band. And then 6 months later, I was on that stage. My band and I, we just had met 6 months prior and we went up there. And although I will say I kind of zoned out, like it was, it was like so big that I just kind of whatever was automated on it.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. And her fan base loved it. They were just really just great feedback afterwards. And it just made me realize that, maybe I'm on a good path now. And it's just only been validation ever since that point. So it was awesome. And Melissa was great. She sounded amazing. It was crazy. So
yes. She's one of my favorites for sure. Like I listened to a lot of 90s on 9 And when
Yeah.
I'm cruising around and those, come to my window or, will come on or whatever. And I'll, excuse me, I'll just belt it out. Just one of my favorites to sing along to.
The jam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows, and you do have, you keep very active in the Kansas City area, all over the greater Kansas City area, but you are coming to St. Louis here, and where I'm at, and I'm excited to officially meet you and get to hang out and watch the show. And you're playing at Bar K, which
Yes.
is a fun. I haven't actually been, but I love the idea. But it's a I guess dog friendly, a big old dog bar. Which is clever naming with Bar K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very clever. Yeah, there's one. The original's in Kansas City, and I've been playing there the past couple of years, and just I'm a regular and have a really good relationship with the owner. And so yeah, I just was like, hey, can I play in St. Louis? And so they gave me 2 gigs for the weekend, which is really cool. And my best friend lives in St. Louis, and then you have to get to meet you. I think Lacey's going to come out for a show. Like, I'm really excited because I'm ready to move out and spread out and start getting the sound out elsewhere. There's a lot of world out there, and I'm ready to go singing some of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see. And Bar K is awesome. Yes. It's so cute. So cute. A lot of dogs. Sometimes I have had my speaker peed on once. So that's the only concern I have.
All right. I might need a splash guard or something on your.
And an extra warranty, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's August 13th and 14th. You'll be out here in the St. Louis area.
Yeah.
So come on out to that show, and you can find all the dates and on your social media and Nicole Springer Sings.com, right?
That's right.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gonna be fun, and maybe I'll bring my pups. I got Thursday was 1 year of her gotcha day of when we adopted our latest pup.
Oh, happy gotcha day.
Yeah, it was fun to think about. But yeah, we're big on rescues and she's a lot of fun. She's so I'm sure she'll enjoy going out there and having a good time watching you sing too.
Yes, I'll dedicate a song to it.
Yeah,
Happy Gotcha Day song.
Yeah,
yeah, it'd be good to see you. Cool.
Yeah. Let's share one more. You said "Chase the Light" is obviously the title track, and will be you're working on a video for this one as well, right? Is that what you said?
Yes. So another just really cool thing. My drummer, his name is Scott, and I didn't know this for a little bit when I first met him, but he's actually an Emmy award-winning documentarian.
Whoa.
He travels to Libya often and other countries, and we're making a video together, and the whole concept. I'm hoping to start it in my hometown, where my story began, and for it to end up in Kansas City. So that's all I'll say about it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a joyous, very gospel, very sunshine and warm and joyous occasion. And because that's the energy I want to give, because people need it. It's tough times out there. So Chase the Light, the song itself, again, it's one of those songs I wrote where I wasn't quite there. Like, I'm singing words that I wish I really felt, but I'm not healthy yet. And now I feel them as if they're my own testament. And I listen to the song to help me. Like, it's my advice to myself, like, chase the light,
Yeah.
You're standing in the sunshine now. You aren't in the dark anymore. You aren't, because sometimes you just have to kind of talk yourself off the ledge of trying to go back to, the negativity of the past, so.
I feel a warmth inside of me. Feels like a sun-soaked morning, blazing rays of joy within. Never knew I could be free again. No, no. I found that cold went far too long, and battle storms that raged on and on. Pushed through the gloom, despite my fear. That silver line came in bright and clear. My peace of mind is overdue. I feel it just ahead of me. So let those dark clouds roll on through. I'll chase the light that I can see. I'll chase the light that I can see. No, no, no. I wake up to a new day's glow. Embrace a future still unknown. No shadow of doubt can hold me down, 'cause I'm standing in the sunshine now. And hope lives in the early years. So I keep my eyes set on the east. I know myself, I am unbound. I'll chase the light that I can see. I'll chase the light that I can see. Hey, hey, yeah. Hope lives in the early hours. So keep your eyes set on the east. You know yourself, you are alone. Go chase the light that you can see. Chase the light that you can see. And I'll chase the light that I can see.
Chase the light. That's what it's all about. And a music video hopefully will be coming by August. So yeah.
All right. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I sent you a message. I don't know. I gave it a listen. Obviously, I've been following along. I liked. I guess I remember when the single "Hell" came out and stuff. So that's when I I think that's around when we first kind of started talking. And but so I didn't really know what to expect on with the new EP, like what kind of direction you were going to go and things. And then now obviously having the new band supporting these songs and stuff. But I was really impressed, and it sounded like the recordings sound awesome, and the writing is great. And so I really enjoyed this collection of songs a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's been such an effort. It's been feels like a long road. So to have that kind of feedback, I put my heart into it for that reason. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving it a chance. And I'll never forget that. I'm very grateful.
Yeah. Well, and I like that. You, like I said, you don't really want to ever put things in a box, but I do like that there is a lot of variety throughout the songs. Like you do have, even one with just you basically acoustic, right, on there. And so just here going from solo guitar to a bigger production and things. And, so that's a lot of dynamics throughout this small collection of songs. So
that's what I wanted to do. I mean, going to the studio was on a time crunch. It was on a money crunch. It was not your normal studio. A lot of people spend multiple days in the studio, and we had a day with the band and 5 hours by myself to do all my vocals, 2 runs on guitar for every song, and some harmonies. So I just wanted to make sure if I'm going to put this thing out and put the time into it, it's going to show my variety. It's going to show my diversity as an artist and my dynamics. So gosh, that's just the perfect feedback, because that's the kind of artist I am. And that's what I want to share with the world. So
sure. Yeah. I like it a lot, and I'm excited for you. And like I said, hopefully we get you on the road a little more this year, and getting to spread the word around the Midwest and beyond and everything. But I'm really happy for you, and I'm excited to see where this gets going, because I feel like you're just getting. I mean, I know you've been at it for a while, but I feel like you're just getting warmed up right now, and like things are things are getting ready to, do some big things here soon.
That's what my wife is saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just like, because you put an album out and you're like, oh, is it done?
Yeah.
And that's like, it's just starting.
Yeah.
It's just begun. And so without having an expectation of what that looks like, I'm excited to know that the best is yet to come, whatever that looks like. I trust the universe and I trust myself. So that's, thank you. I appreciate that support so much, man. And can't wait to meet you in St. Louis. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm really excited to hang, and hopefully we can link up and do something that weekend while you're in town, and maybe do some more recording and just share some more stories. But I'm really glad we did this today. I'm glad to get to know you a little better and get to share these songs with everyone. So be sure to get plugged in again on the socials and follow along on the website, NicoleSpringerSings.com. And this has been super cool. Thank you, Nicole.
Man. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it very much. Have an awesome day.
You too. Thank you.